All righty. Hey, folks, welcome to the Mapping Your Marketing Success podcast. My name is Greg Goshorn. I am your host. We're so glad to have you with us today. Our podcast is all about helping businesses, brick and mortar, online stores, franchise, anyone that is doing that and they're spreading the word about their business. AI now we've kind of expanded our footprint too, and so we're really just looking for the people to come on to share your story about your products, your services, your features, your benefits, the transformations of your customers, and have this just be another channel in the world to give you some lift. Now today we got a good one, folks. We have Mr. Chris Flowers. Now, I recently had the I got the privilege of being on his podcast. So we're going to learn.
Now you get the privilege of being on yours.
I know. Welcome.
How you doing, man?
We are so good. So we dig a little bit more into him and what he's doing over there. He's got this one. It's called Here's the Deal. Look at that. Right behind him. I know we had a sports one up there before.
Well, because I am a Knicks fan, born and raised. So, if I got to switch it up a little bit, I'll switch it up a little bit. Because, it's orange and blue skies, baby. It's orange and blue skies right now, brother. It's orange and blue skies. We're in the finals, man. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's orange and blue skies, man.
Oh, so great. So great. We love representing, and apparently these guys are due like 25 years. So
yeah, it's been a minute.
Good on you. We're not all business here. People do business with people, and people have businesses, right? So and we both actually come from an amazing little H7 networking community. It's about connecting. It's about serving. So
and trust, man.
Oh, we do. We love celebrations. But the point is to get a little interview going here. And Chris is interesting. He's got this 8 years of military service, 30 years, and diverse. Business banking, helping him become a community leader, and I've seen it in his level of service, right? Like going beyond his job, to get people connected, right? He tells a story about when he was in banking, he could only help the people so much.
Yeah.
Now,
it's wide open.
He likes it wide open. Like now with Here's the Deal, with this, it's the podcast, it's a YouTube, it's video more. I'm not going to tell all his stuff, right? I'll let him talk about the business and his mission here, but, he delivers a lot. I got to tell you, we've seen him in meetings. We've been on his podcast. We've seen his work. Really solid. So welcome, Chris. Just give us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about the biz, whatever you want before we dig into some questions.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Greg. Appreciate, having me on the show. I said you were a great guest on my show. So for you to invite me on yours, I'm honored. Like I said, it's fantastic. Thank you so much. Love being a part of H7 with you and everything like that. Like I said, Greg, you're fantastic at what you do and everything too. So a little bit about me. Like I said, I was, I've been in commercial banking. I grew up you saw the Knicks background, but I grew up in Connecticut. I'm from Danbury, Connecticut, but I was just right on the New York State border. So going over, taking the train into the Garden, for the Knicks and the Rangers games and going to Yankee Stadium, and it's Yankees and Giants. Don't get it twisted. It's Yankees and Giants, Rangers and Knicks. Done. Okay. So, and UConn Huskies. So, I came from, like I said, diverse background. I've been networking before. Networking was cool, man, because I'm an Italian kid from Connecticut, so it's all about who you know, and I knew everybody, things like that. So, I said, and that was the whole thing of Here's the Deal. That was not always, beneficial for people back in the day when I used to say, "So okay, here's the deal. You had to make a choice. You're probably not going to like either one of the choices I'm going to give you, but it's what you got, and here's how it's going to go down, whether you like it or not." So, but that was in the BC days before Christ. But now it's all about here's the deal. When I was in lending, it's like I would tell people, I don't tell people what they want to hear. I tell people what they need to know. Okay. And it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not, oh yeah, I want to do this business. No, dude, we're not doing that. I'm not giving you money for that because it's not going to happen. So it was always this thing like I've turned down more deals than most people probably booked because of the fact I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't feel it. You can go to another bank and maybe you'll get the loan. I don't know, but I just don't think you got it together. And I don't think, and of course I didn't put it quite that way, but it was like, I at the end of the day, I'd much rather say no to you than try to set you up for failure, So if I say, here's the deal, it's not going to be what you want to hear, but it's going to be the truth. And if you don't like it, I can't help you, because at the end of the day, I got to answer to God. Okay. I got to, so that's who I answer to. I mean, I don't work for the banks anymore, but when I did, I tell people all the time, hey, I just work here. I mean, I answer to God. I just work here. So it's like, if I don't think this is going to work and if I'm not feeling it, hey, by all means, I'll give you 10 other bankers' names. I know them all. You can go talk to them. Maybe they'll book the deal for you, but I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And again, some people got pissed off. Some people thanked me.
It is. I could picture that in my head, like sitting across the desk and you take a breath and you lead with,
I'm pissing on their Cheerios and, hey, it is what
here's the deal.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I have another friend, Ray, who kind of, I think he's almost that same. Here's the thing, or that's great.
I even told my wife, but I told my wife that on our it was kind of funny. I admired my wife from afar for so long, and I finally got to go on a date with her because the ice finally broke, and I was 30, she was 28, so I'm like, I'm not, we're not kids. So I said, okay, here's the deal. I'm the franchise quarterback. I don't try out. So if you want to date a bunch of dudes, you can lose my phone number because I don't wait in line behind nobody. Okay. So
lovely.
Yeah. I'm like, if I'm looking for a piece of ass, I'll make a phone call. Okay. It's not that hard. Okay. That was, like I said, a long time ago. I've been married for over 20 years.
Oh man, you are straightforward. I have a sense that it shows up in your agency. Like when you did here's the deal, we bring the tagline and we go to the video marketing side of the world, the podcast, the video marketing, the solutions you bring, importance of quality video, some of the things that we read about you, it's easy, it's comfortable, it's cost effective. Is that some of the things that maybe are a differentiator for you with some of the other marketing video agencies?
Yeah, I really think so because of that. I mean, my business coach, Eric Whitmoyer, he was telling me, he goes, man, you really got something here. You can really make, do videos for people because people don't have access to, great video content like this. And I've interviewed a lot of people, and you can maybe attest to this if you agree. People tell me all the time, man, you made that so easy for me. I felt so comfortable because I didn't even have those 3 words. We do our 3 words, and it was just easy, comfortable, cost effective came to mind. And I've done I've talked to different video marketing people, like minimum $5,000 minimum for 30 seconds. And I'm like, man, there's so many great businesses out there that deserve their story to be told. And I can do it for a much more cost effective rate. I don't have a lot of overhead. And I even told my business coach, I said, no matter what, if this thing blows up and we're big time and all this kind of stuff, we're doing, Times Square ads and all, I don't care. I will always have this portion of the business here because there's always going to be that small mom and pop business or the smaller business that really needs the video content, that needs their story told and just doesn't have this massive budget to do it. So no matter what, I will always have this platform for the people because there's so many businesses, there's so much market out there. And it's like, why don't they deserve the same thing?
Don't they? Oh, spectacular. So I like this. And I've heard this more than once this month, is that taglines, like the last one, the guy didn't do it. Somebody else said, say in your case, they said, hey, this is easy, comfortable, and cost effective. And then you owned it. And how do you achieve that for people for maybe somebody might have a limited budget or new to video marketing?
Again, I think it's just a gift that God gave me. I can't really call it. I've always had like this creative mind a little bit, and I look like a big meathead. Like everybody just thinks I'm just this big jock football player guy, whatever, military guy. But it's like, I've always had this thing. Like I've never bought my wife a birthday card, anniversary card, Mother's Day night. I've always handwritten her poetry.
Ooh.
So it's like, I just have this words kind of just come. So when I'm sitting here talking to you, let's say, or I'm talking to somebody and I'm talking about their business, I'm hearing their story and how they got to start. things, like I said, God just puts words in my head, and I just draw from that, and then that's just how it comes. That kind of comes to play.
Fascinating. That is a gift, man. And so you to distill that, break that down a little bit. As being kind of a video guy myself, I mean, such a huge,
Oh
powerful
yeah,
force,
big time.
huge, powerful force online, and and to do it, to the uninitiated, some of those things would take, a whole interview session, a transcription, giving it to a copywriter, reviews. You've got it right here, buddy.
I that's the thing. It just kind of, again, I think it's just a gift that God kind of gave me, and I again, I listen to the people, I listen to their stories, and I can just I hear the passion, I hear the idea, what they went through and things like that. And it all just kind of comes into play. And I turn around and use that.
Oh,
I'm just telling your story. I'm just coming up with the right questions to draw the right information out of you. Clay had did that in his testimonial. Clay did from 8-7, did a testimonial for me. And that's what he said. He goes, Chris just draws the information out of you. Just, and I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. Again, these are gifts that God gave me that I just use them, man.
That is a good one. So I think that how to tie you can break that down. Are there we'll let you tell maybe you're like 45 shorts thing here, but we'll tee it up for you, what that package includes, and maybe speak a little bit to like what businesses benefit from this offering and how you can tailor that for them.
Yeah, so like I said, me and my business coach, we were just talking about some things, and again, it comes down to there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of time, okay, and they don't have these big budgets and things like that, but they deserve to have their story told. So, and that's just a teaser thing, and it's not gonna last forever. It's just the thing where I can sit down and talk to do a quick 15 question interviews are just short. It's short and succinct answers. It's just like, we're not going to drone on and this, that. So they're going to be 15 questions. They're going to be very precise about your business. I'm going to draw that information out of you. So that way you can just turn around, repurpose that content, and just, you can put it on TikTok or Instagram or, LinkedIn or whatever. And it tells your story, and like, hey, you have they serve a certain type of business, or they serve, they do a certain service. And it's like, here, here's how this helps your pain point and things like that. So they're just basically, like I said, telling their story. And like I said, there's a lot of people, again, that just, they don't have the editing skills. They don't have the, be able to come up with the scripting and things like that. So, and it's a way to go to the next level. It's kind of like a little starter thing to where we can take it to the next level, and we can start doing like full blown commercials for them and morph that into more of a thing, maybe like sponsorship of the show or whatever.
Oh, so there's a value ladder, and this
is absolutely. And you get 3 months. I mean, you get it for 3 months. So like I said, so it's 15 questions for once a month for so you get it for a quarter. So like I said, so it's just so you get 45 shorts, which or say doing those and putting those out, of course, as is huge, just to get people, because you're just trying to get them hooked into
value in the marketplace, folks. This is not going to last forever.
No, it's not.
A limited time offer, and I got to tell you, as a longtime marketer, longtime video guy, this is tremendous. I mean, shorts are demonstrably one of the most effective ways to start to get your message out. It's a connector to your website. It's a connector to your LinkedIn. It's a connector to your longer form video content.
It's a connector to your story.
Yeah, connector to your story. That's one of the great things about video, and then helping having the help of a guy like Chris to get it out of your head and the message through there. What about somebody who is hesitant about being on camera or doesn't know the creation process?
You and I both know somebody that was very hesitant to even come on the show. Actually, Stacy was the first person that ever told me no. When I asked her if she wanted to be on the show, she straight up told me no. I was like, okay, that's different, right? So, like, all right. And I said, can I just ask why you really? She's like, I really don't want to be on camera. But I said, you know what? I just try to, again, I try to make it we're just two friends having a conversation. Okay, just the light's on. So what? Let the light be on. Just say what you got to say. You know, again, it's you talking about your business. You talking about the thing that you created. You know what I mean? So just talk about it. Just be comfortable about it. And I think again that's one of the things that got me into the video marketing side is just I a long time ago, I ran for Congress here in Arizona, and I started working with the young Republicans out here. I was doing video interviews of all like the state senators and congressmen and the U.S. senators and things like that. I had the Secretary of State, who was like the lieutenant governor in Arizona. The Secretary of State's the second in command behind the governor. And at the time, she was sitting there. We did an interview, and it was getting a little bit late at night, so I walked her out to her car, and she's sitting there talking to me and this, that, and the other, and she's like, "I don't know why I just feel so comfortable talking to you. I just have no." I was like, I just, I'm just genuine. I'm just real. Just two people having a conversation. So I just try.
That
I
is a
just try
real
to keep
blessing,
two
man.
friends, two friends
You,
having a
you're
conversation.
disarming and conversational, and all of that I think adds to um, the ease of which that this can happen. So do you have one success story that stands out a little bit? You probably got a whole bunch, man. Can you give us a little hint of one of them, maybe?
Um, well, I said I know, yeah, it'd be kind of hard to pick them out, but but I really think that even like our friend Katari, right? I mean, she was not. She like I've never been on a podcast before, never never done this. I say, hey, you know what? Let's just do it. And if you're, it turned out fantastic. And she really got a lot of it, and she's been referring a lot of people to me, things like that, to do like, oh, hey, I was on Chris's podcast, he's great, this, that, third, blah, 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 you know. And again, like Stacy, again, super. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that was so easy." She was like, "Yeah, you know,
Spectacular.
yeah." I really, and then like I said, it was kind of funny because a friend of mine, Tyson, who I hadn't talked to in a minute, he saw one of my reels on TikTok, right? And he goes, "Hey, my daughter's just started this cattle company, and they're really looking to get their name out there, things like that." And he goes, "I see your work on TikTok all the time." He's like, "Man," he goes, you gotta work with them." So I started working with them. They're sponsoring the show. Two fantastic, like 21 and 19 years old, and they run their own cattle company, first
I've
generation.
seen some of those. They got it going on over there.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so I mean, one of them's running for Miss North Dakota right now. Okay, so I mean, yeah, they're beautiful. They're college athletes. They're all that in a bag of chips. But those girls get dirty. Like they're not
Oh yeah,
princesses.
this is not pageant stuff. I saw like feeding cows.
Oh yeah, no, they get muddy. They get the boots on and they get it. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just princesses. They're cowgirls, for real cowgirls. Like they're 4-H,
Oh
FFA, all
man.
the whole nine yards, man. These girls got buckles for real. They're
Okay.
not buckle, but they're not buckle bunnies. They win buckles.
That man, I'm gonna have to time me out there, man. That's already four success stories, so we know some of them.
My bad, my bad.
I just want to give a little pause here. We're getting really close
Sure.
to the end, and this is what we kind of. I think I know the answer. Usually this is the time when we talk about, if anybody has a gift, a lead magnet, or an offer for the viewers. Um, would that be that 45 shorts thing that's going
Yeah,
on right
man.
now for you?
I don't think you could beat that anywhere in the market where you're getting 45 shorts for $500. I mean, come on,
No,
man.
no,
I mean,
no, and no.
you give me 30 minutes to an hour of your time once a month, and we're making it happen, man.
I
So,
know.
and that's a limited time offer, so don't sleep on it either.
I, yeah, I get it, man. There's no way that could keep going, but here it is, and I follow this myself is like leading with value, showing your expertise, building the relationship, all solid foundational things. Well, look, we're gonna probably to wrap this up here, and man, I want to thank you again
Absolutely, man.
for coming on here, me being on yours. Who knows how this is all gonna cross pollinate, right?
Mhm.
And we were definitely going to stay in touch. We'll get you the point of order for us guys in the production. We'll get you all the collateral, right, for the visitors out there.
Oh
Gosh, we
yeah.
sure hope you got a little bit out of it. Learning a little bit more about Chris, about here's the deal, about how you can leverage video in the world, right? And maybe some deeper foundational stuff on taking good care of people. And video doesn't have to be that hard.
Just doesn't. It
It
just
really
doesn't.
doesn't. So, man, what a great show! Thank you for joining us. We love
Thank you, my
we love
friend.
our guests like Chris, and frankly, to all y'all out there, we'd love to have you as a guest. If you'd like to join us, tell your story, feature your business.
Oh yeah.
Very simple. You can visit. So it's a long one, mappingyourmarketing.com. Okay,
Mhm.
/podcast. And you can see details about the show. You can start the process. You can fill out the app. Um, and we just love to have you on. Come back. Watch Chris's. Have one of your own.
Absolutely.
Subscribe to the
I
YouTube
highly recommend
channels.
being on this show. I highly recommend you work with Greg. Absolutely.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, folks. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Remember, orange and blue skies. Go Knicks.